It's the lightning round brought to you by Turner Construction. Turner Construction is building Omaha. They are building America, and Turner Construction is building for the future. 150 full-time Turner employees in this area, many of which are local to the Omaha area. They have really been good for the economy. We so appreciate them because Turner came in years ago for the massive Sarpy County Data Center.
And they'll be working on that for years to come.
There's a lot of work at the Sarpy County Data Center, and but they're doing all these other small projects as well. Building they had been officing out of the Mastercraft building, really cool building up in the Mercantile District, North Downtown. They are working on their own office warehouse area out in Sarpy County where they can have everything together and better serve the whole metro area. So they are definitely committed to the long haul. For being a part of the Omaha economy, a part of the Omaha built environment. Turner Construction, turnerconstruction.com. All right, first item on the news is kind of a fun one because, Trenton and I love food, and this is the Deviled Egg Company. They plan to open in September, sometime in September, in a former GNC space next to Michael's at Papillion's Shadow Lake Town Center. This company started and is located in Ralston. They primarily sell online. I know I had their product last year during the Christmas season at Westroads while doing some shopping. It was like in a little silver trailer, and really good stuff. I really liked it. They've got, the regular deviled eggs plus sriracha, Mexican, barbecue, buffalo blue cheese, on and on, many different others. So that's that. And then, Trenton, we also have the Commercial Real Estate Summit coming up.
Absolutely. This is something that's near and dear to our hearts. And for over 30 years, Jerry Slusky and his team have put on an unbelievable, it's called the CRE Commercial Real Estate Summit, formerly known as the Commercial Real Estate Workshop, at the CHI Health Center on August 20th. It's an all-day seminar. Registration starts at 7:30. If you go to Attend CRE Summit, and what this is about, it's called, this year's title is called Rewriting the Playbook, Moving Forward from Here. And as you can imagine, with the pandemic, everything that's been going on in the last year, we have to figure out how our industry has changed. And it's not just for commercial real estate brokers. It's appraisers and lenders, attorneys, real estate, anybody that's in real estate, architecture, engineers, contractors, developers, anybody that's interested. There's a lot of continuing education that you can get if you're in some of these disciplines. And so go to Attend CRE Summit, learn about it. This is next Friday, August 20th, and we'd love to see you there.
And next item on the news list, commercial real estate professionals who have been eagerly awaiting for technology giants, the big companies that are based in Silicon Valley, to return to the workplace, are going to have to revise their calendars as the nation's most high-profile tech companies are grappling with the latest surge of coronavirus cases with this whole Delta variant. And these companies tend to be pushing their return to the office plans further into the future. This is according to CoStar, which provides us with our real estate data. After leading the way both with their initial response to send workers home when the pandemic started really bearing down on us back in March of 2020, as well as planning this year to return some semblance of normalcy, these big tech companies, they're just hesitant there, and they are rolling back their office openings, and it could affect Omaha.
It's unfortunate. I understand it. Safety first, but to go, there's a lot to unload there. But I just hope that we're not being overly protective at the long-term detriment of the economy and socialization.
And I'm going to expose one of my biases here, but I believe we are. I believe we are. I think there's definitely some inherent risks there, and I will never be a type of person who diminishes the significance and seriousness of the Delta variant, because I know it is serious, but commerce works better when people are in the same building together, collaborating, being creative, making ideas come back to life. I think it's really important.
I feel for new entrants into the workplace, not being able to team build and learn the traditional way of adulting, as they now say. And
there are some people out there that could use a little bit of adulting in their life. Hey, Little fast food news for you. Construction has started on a new Arby's location on the south side of West Center Road at 185th Street. That is in front of a Lowe's store there. One would presume this is probably a replacement for the Arby's that is currently located at 172nd or ish and Center. I imagine they probably wouldn't have two that close together, but we will find out. Have a new retailer in One Pacific Place. It's called Eden's Preserve. It is opened in a 960 square foot space next to PLNK Omaha. Is that Plank? PLNK Omaha? Is that supposed to be like Plank Omaha?
It sounds fitness, like Plank.
Which is why I have no idea what it is.
Right.
This company, Eden's Preserve, provides beauty, home, pet, and wellness products that are 100% natural, eco-friendly, and come from family-owned small businesses. And then also, going back to the far west center corridor, there's going to be a 20,000 square foot Aldi grocery store opening.
Modern looking.
Yeah. Have you seen it lately?
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, it is. It's enclosed.
It doesn't look like an Aldi here. It's not your grandfather's Aldi.
Yeah, although I don't know if they really had Aldi around here. My grandfather was doing a lot of grocery shopping.
True.
Not that my grandfather went to the grocery store all that often.
But it's not your older brother's Aldi.
It's not your parents' Aldi. Looks good. Signage is in place, northwest corner of 192nd and West Center Road. And then Dundee Bank has officially opened its third branch at 1407 South 13th Street. That's in Little Bohemia. And there was a mural on the north exterior of that building. They refurbished it. And you can, if you saw it, Trent, you'd be like, oh yeah, that mural, because it had kind of faded over time, but it's kind of a Little Bohemia
That's
mural.
Nice.
I thought they did a pretty good job with it. Dundee Bank has locations in addition to this Little Bohemia site, also in Blackstone and, well, Dundee,
right.
Of course. If I remember correctly, though.
The old Natural Kind Cafe. Foster's.
That's right. That's the Dundee Bank in Blackstone. If I remember correctly, they're a small town bank that decided to come into the Omaha market and chose the name Dundee and opened their first location there.
Yes, serving them well.
Then another bank, Equitable Bank, which is based in Grand Island. It's been in Omaha for some time in the Old Mill area. They are now fully operating their branch office at 202nd and Pacific. I was in that branch office yesterday. It's nice. And it's interesting how retail banking has changed so much. You go into these brand new retail banks, they feel more like a coffee shop than they do a bank.
What's interesting about retail banking is everybody thought everything was going to go online and they were going to close branch banks and they would not have the drive-thrus and everything's digital. But there's banks from Lincoln coming in. There's local banks that are expanding. Chase came to the market. They're doing ground up retail banks, and these are sizable buildings. They're not small buildings. They're not end caps, but they're the way banking has been.
Chase coming into the market has been a story. We've talked about some of the Chase branches that have opened and are opening, but that's a big story. I mean, Chase, J.P. Morgan Chase, is one of the world's biggest companies.
Yeah,
and to have them coming into the market's pretty impressive.
And there's a lot of big hometown favorites that people like, and so. But it seems like the banking market's expanding.
Hey,
I've got a couple of great bank sites, by the way, that if anybody needs a location at Southport West and on West Center Road, complete banking facilities, pretty much turnkey.
I bet you do.
Call Trent.
Basically, if you need any kind of facility, just call Trent. He's got access to a lot of things. Construction is expected to begin soon on a 26,000 square foot building that'll be a flight line support facility at Offutt Air Force Base. And construction starting on August 24th on the Carter Lake Community Center, 1120 Willow Drive in Carter Lake, Iowa. Plans call for renovation of the library and the addition of a 13,500 square foot clubhouse. And then Trenton, a deal that you were involved in, we've got a Tommy's Express car wash coming to Papillion.
Yeah, Mitchell Properties is a developer and operator of Tommy's Car Wash, and it's going to be on the southwest corner of 84th and Highway 370, also known as Washington Street. It'll be neat. It's a couple acres, and it'll do great.
Well, that's exciting, and that's a wrap. Your economic, or rather your, what do we call it? Lightning round by Turner Construction.
If you like this video, be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons. And remember, Grow Omaha is not just media. This is a mission. We are trying to build up Omaha and make it an even better place. We can only do that with your help. Share this video with your friends, neighbors, and family.